Right, so that was a quick morning harvest. Everything isn't giving us produce just yet, but we're getting a pretty decent amount now with cucumbers, onion, jalapeno, green beans, and then tomatoes are just starting. But let's take a look at what we got here. So cucumbers, these two, fun. We missed them, and they were actually growing through the little black grate or fence trellis, so that was in between those as it got big, and so you see the groove on it. One side here and there, it was pinched. This one same thing, we didn't notice it, and it got in that groove. It's got that little line on it. It wasn't as big as the other one, so it's not as noticeable, but I picked a lot of these smaller ones today because I like to do, when we do our pickles, I like to do 1 or 2 jars of whole small pickles like these. That's about the perfect size. A little bit smaller like those is great too, up to about this size here. Mostly it's how big around it is. I like them to be about the size of my thumb as far as around. Maybe this is a little bit bigger than that. And then down at the lower end of this one here, it's a little bit smaller but pretty close. If I do whole pickles, I like to use them in this size range here. And then beyond this size here, we slice them, either spears or chips, sliced rounds. Jalapenos this year are doing great. This is our second harvest of jalapeno. Don't even know how many cucumbers, don't ask, too many. Our green bunching onions, I harvest these just by cutting off the big stalk section like these, and then I let them keep growing. If I did a single harvest and just pulled it out, then it's done. You don't get nearly as much. But I found if you cut those the good size stalk, that you'll end up with a lot more over time. They'll keep growing and making more. Tomatoes, we got 3 little cherries. None of the rest of them are ready yet, but they're getting big, just still green. Speaking of green, the beans. And these things just keep coming. There's some, holy cow, they surprise us. All of a sudden you see this monster in here like these guys. It's like, where did they come from? We've been picking them every day when they're normal size. Like this is about the size I prefer. They're still tender, they're delicious. They have a nice little sweet flavor and some crunch to them. We like to eat them. We cook them when they're fresh, but because we get so many at one time, and the way we like to eat them, we don't can these. What we're doing this year, we haven't done in the past, but we're going to try it. We're cleaning, basically just taking off the ends and then freezing them, vacuum seal them, and freeze them. But yeah, that was the harvest this morning, and let's go take a look at the fruit trees. Oh yeah, people love seeing that. Let's go see what we got. Uh-oh, look at this bug over here trying to eat, trying to bite my neck like a vampire. Don't worry, he's been taken care of. All right, let's switch it over and take a look out here at these fruit trees. So that big old sucker there, it's just huge, and peaches are growing. They're not massive, they're not huge, but they are growing, and they're doing pretty good. This tree here is sagging on, those little thin branches here like this. It's got a nice bow to it because it's got a couple, literally 2, and you see they're hanging that little guy. He's so skinny. I'm gonna let it go. If he breaks, he breaks. If not, then we'll get fruit out of him and he'll be stronger next year. But this one, woo doggy. All right, let me zoom out here. Holy cow. So what's crazy is because they're against this wood line over here, right? So early morning, like right now, this is all shaded. These trees stay shaded early morning. Once the sun reaches over the top, they get sunlight coming from straight in here and then coming from that side this way. So this tree specifically was really leaning hard to the left because that's what plants do. They try to go to the sunlight. They want to reach for the light. Not like Carol Ann. But I pulled this branch, this whole section here. I decided to pull it this way, right? It was sticking straight up when I had it pulled over, and it was trying to go that way because naturally what it was doing is coming out at an angle similar to that one. Pulled it back, and about a week later, this is what you got, because it's so full and heavy on top that it said, okay, fine, I'm gonna lean this way. And you can even see, like, these aren't actually doing anything anymore. These were super tight when I initially did it because I was pulling it hard. But now this might not look good for some of you who don't know what I'm trying to do here, but I'm wanting it to be open in the middle, and so this is actually perfect. And at the end of the season, I'm going to cut off some of this tops, some of these tops, and some of that top. And you've got these three primary branches that come out, and I'm going to try to keep the center open and keep this just the way it is, like that, where it stays basically open wide and hanging low. I don't want them to be tall, more difficult to get to and all that. But these are coming along nicely. They're starting to get a little bit of color on them. They're not even close to being ripe yet. They still got several weeks at least, but they're getting closer. They're getting closer. They're still on the small side. They still got growing to do. So keep it in prayer that this thing doesn't break. And hopefully I get a whole bunch of peaches off of that. And the plums, they're all about, like, some of them are almost ready. I'm so tempted to pick one. This one specifically, I've been watching it for a few days now. It's so close. I don't know, I'm debating on, should I pick it? Should I wait? Oh, I don't know. If I do, you will witness me picking the first fruit from this tree. But let's go around. Let me show you this, because there's more. On the other side here, these ones, lots of these. It's hard to tell from the angle to get the color, but they're starting to ripen up here too. See, like this one right here is, okay, this one's ready. I'm picking it. Here it goes. You're about to see it. It's about to happen. Boom. Look at that beautiful little plum. All right, with that, I'm gonna take a bite. Gotta see if it tastes good. It looks nice. It's not huge, but it is a nice color. The size is not terrible. I like actually kind of a little smaller like that. Let's give it a taste. Oh my God. Holy cow. Lord Jesus, thank you. Look at that. Wow. That thing is so juicy and sweet. Oh dear God, that's you don't even know. And knowing that we planted these trees We've been raising these trees for the last 4 years. And taking that bite right there, that makes it all worth it. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go so I can get back to what I'm doing. I'm gonna pluck a few more of these, go clean up those vegetables, and me and Mrs. Howell are gonna do some vacuum sealing and packaging of different stuff so we can keep it longer and continue to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Hopefully you guys are doing the same thing. Enjoy. God bless. We will see you on the next video.